Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about contemporary Spanish writers, everything I have in my library, as well as books I want to read and buy next. So I've just realized that as someone who lives in Spain and runs a Spain travel blog, I actually do not read a lot in Spanish. Most of the books I do read in English. So this 2026, I want to change this, especially as I do go book shopping in Spain a lot. I'm always discovering new writers. I'm visiting vintage bookshops. The one I recently discovered in Madrid, oh my God, I got so many books there. Most of the books I own are in Spanish, but almost all of them are already available in English. So for your convenience, I will just add the cover in English. So I hope this video will be helpful for people who want to read contemporary Spanish writers and don't know where to start, or people visiting Spain and planning to do some book shopping and looking for new book ideas, even for people who plan to learn Spanish. 15 years ago when I moved to Spain, reading Spanish books helped me to improve my Spanish a lot. So I could highly recommend reading Spanish authors as a way to improve your Spanish as well. So let's get into it. Arturo Pérez-Reverte. He's one of the most well-known Spanish writers around the world. Almost all of his books are already translated into English. This one is Captain Twister. It's historical fiction adventure story. I think there is even a movie based on this book, and I have a beautiful edition. I still haven't read this one. I just bought it recently, but I've read The Queen of the South by Arturo Pérez-Reverte, and I really want to read his History of Spain book. I think this one is not translated into English yet. It's interesting to read about history from personal perspective, so I'm thinking I might read his book about Spanish history next. Eduardo Mendoza, one of the most well-known award-winning Spanish writers. This book is, I think it's called in English, An Englishman in Madrid, and it's one of the most popular books set in Madrid. I've just bought this book recently myself. It was in a vintage bookshop in Madrid, and it was like 11 euros, but it's hardcover, and I cannot wait to read it. Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This one is one of the most famous books set in Barcelona. It's Barcelona 1945. I think I love this book. I love this book. There are so many secrets. It's historical fiction with mystery, drama, with family stories. I love this book. I highly recommend this one. If you do not know where to start and you enjoy historical fiction, just start with this book. Great Spanish short stories. This book was such a surprise for me. It has short stories by Spanish writers from different regions. I would say Spanish writers that are really famous in Spain but are lesser known internationally. Yeah, and this book might be handy for people learning Spanish because you have the same short story in Spanish and you have the same short story in English. But actually for me, it was such a discovery. I've discovered so many Spanish writers I had no idea existed from this small book. And short stories are always like the best way to get into the writing and see whether it's your author or not. So yeah, this one is really cool. I did not expect it. I thought it would be more helpful for people learning Spanish, but it was really interesting for me as well. María Dueñas, one of the most famous Spanish writers as well. She writes beautiful historical fiction with love stories, and her most famous book is Time in Between, and there is even the TV series popular here in Spain based on her book. But I have Las Hijas de Capitán. This one is not available in English yet, unfortunately, but I really want to read it. It seems like an interesting story. I think I might really like the writing of Maria Dueñas because I love historical fiction novels. By the way, I've seen in Spanish bookshop that there is another writer fans of Maria Dueñas love. Her name is Paloma Sanchez Guernica, and I have not read any of her books. I think I might buy some of her books. Also, they really remind Maria Dueñas in terms of covers. But yeah, also she writes beautiful historical fiction novels, and I think I might enjoy them because the reviews here in Spain on Paloma Sanchez Guernica books are really good. Santiago Posteguilla, his most famous book is I Am Rome, and he's one of the most popular historical fiction writers here in Spain right now, especially when it comes to ancient Rome, and I love books set in ancient Rome. This one is called Yo Julia, and this one is not translated into English, but I really want to read it because I love strong female characters. But yeah, if you do not speak Spanish, you can still read his most famous book, I Am Rome. It has amazing reviews. I might read that one as well. I think within my blog post, I've added a video of Santiago Posteguillo where he shows his library entirely dedicated to ancient Rome. So a book about ancient Rome from someone with such an obsession with ancient Rome must really be good. This is a book I'm reading soon. Also have this book by Santiago Posteguillo I really want to read. It's about secret and mysteries in literature around the world. So I think this one might really be good for people learning Spanish, as well as for people looking for short story, like books about books. This one might be a great pick. Mrs. March by Virginia Feito. I've seen this book on Book Talk for the first time, and I do not see a lot of book content creator here in Spain talking about this book. Also, many readers say that this book reminds Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf, so it must be good. I'm really curious about this one, and I will let you know as soon as I read it. Marta Jimenez Serrano, Los Nombres Propios. This book, unfortunately, is not translated into English yet. Everyone says this is like the best book of entire generation, so I think it might get translated into English soon. This is also one of my priority reads because I'm really curious about the writing and the story. Juan Manuel de Prada, La Vida Invisible. This one is not available in English yet, but he has another book called The Tempest that is available in English. So this is a writer I discovered in a vintage bookshop in Madrid. While I was searching for the books, I love the cover. And then I saw this book won some awards here in Spain, so I bought it. And also it was like €4, and this book is in such a good condition, so I cannot wait to read it. I've never heard about the writer before I saw this book, and sometimes these are like the best stories, the ones you never expect to read. Paul Pan, The Light of the Fireflies. So I saw this book on the bookshelf of bestsellers in Spain, and I was curious about it. Apparently, this is a story full of mysteries about finding light in the darkest time. Also, the edition is really beautiful. We'll see if I like it. If you like romance books, Andrea Longarella is the best-selling contemporary romance author right now here in Spain. Her books, unfortunately, are not translated into English, and this is my first book. I haven't read anything by her. I just saw she is a best-selling author right now here in Spain, and apparently this one is a feel-good second chance romance where the main character leaves her hometown for a long while because her heart was broken. So this seems like a beautiful story about returning to your past, and I cannot wait to read it. I think it's going to be my kind of story because it has lighthouse, it has second chance, it has small town vibes, so I will let you know soon. Ildefonso Falcones, his most famous book is Cathedral by the Sea, and if you're visiting Spain, you can also find really beautiful editions with sprayed edges. My problem is that I've seen the TV series, so I will not read the book, but he has other books, and I think I might read his other book called The Barefoot Queen. I think I might like that one. Another Spanish writer I really want to read myself. Juan Gomez Jurado and Javier Castillo are the most trending thriller writers in Spain right now. But again, my problem is that I saw the TV series because thrillers is something I love watching with my husband. So I saw the TV series before I got to the books. So I still want to read something by these authors, but I do not want to read the same story I've already seen on screen. So we'll see if they write something else. I might read it. Another contemporary Spanish writer I've started to read recently is Albert Espinosa. He's always on the bestseller shelf, and this one is a collection of short stories. And oh my god, this is such a beautiful book because it is illustrated. I've started reading it. So far, I don't know what I think about it. But as this is a book of short stories, I do not read short stories all in once. I just have those at my bedside table for the moments when I just do not want to start a new book, but I still want to read something unique. So I will let you know my thoughts when I finish this book, but it's not going to be soon because I will be reading it slow. And the last two Spanish writers on my contemporary Spanish writers TBR Jaume Cabré. Another one is Antonio Iturbe. I think he also has a book about Antoine Saint-Exupéry, but this one is The Librarian of Auschwitz, and it's his most famous bestseller here in Spain. So I really want to read this one as well. I think it's going to be good for the fans of historical fiction, and I love historical fiction. So I might enjoy this one, and I think I might read it this year. So we'll see. So these were all the Spanish writers I have on my own bookshelf, and I plan to read this year. Let me know if you have any other recommendations when it comes to Spanish literature, or if you plan to read any of these books or authors. And thanks for watching, and see you next week.